what's going on, everybody? It's Chris with Inman Next. Wanted to give you guys a tip today. Sometimes you're online and you just kind of get these ahas. And this is a tip that, this is a video you guys need to watch to the end. This is a huge, huge deal. And I've stumbled across this chart, and this is where we'll start. This is a chart that Mashable put out, and this is what we call a heat map. So, you may have seen these in the past. It's basically gauging where are the most clicks taking place on a Facebook profile. So where are people clicking the most? So I was reading the article on Mashable, and then I started clicking around on a bunch of my different friends' Facebook pages to kind of see what happens when people click, what they're clicking the most. And I had this huge aha. So I want to share it with you guys because I think it's going to actually be something that, number one, is a better business kind of a positioning of your marketing. But number two, it is going to generate more traffic to your website. I can almost kind of guarantee it, if you will. So what we look at here is people are looking directly. The number one, by a mile, a million miles, the number one thing people are clicking on, profile picture. So what that got me thinking was, if we come back over here, and I'm going to use my friend Sue Adler a few times here. Most of the time when you click through on a profile picture, there's all these different pictures, but inside of the profile picture, there's just regular comments. Phyllis here said she loves Sue's haircut, which obviously it looks great there. But what it got me thinking is, when somebody's on my profile, if the number one thing that they're going to click is going to be my face, when they click that, why would I want to kind of position this as a little bit, not necessarily a billboard, but wouldn't I want my links in there? Why wouldn't I want to have a little message? Like you can see, all I did is I commented on my own profile picture, and I said you can keep up with my column, and I linked to that. And I said you can also follow me on Twitter, and I linked to that. You could even say, call me, here's my email, etc. So I really, for me personally, I'm like, wow, I'm certainly doing that. And if somebody thinks this is a bad idea, please let me know in the comments below. I think it's almost ingenious here. Everybody is clicking your picture. What do you want them to see when they click it? Well, I want them to see links to me, other places they can connect to me, things that I've done as far as my professional career, which is right now a lot of that for me is writing. So I think it's a great idea. So that was like takeaway number one. Takeaway number two, the second most clicked thing besides the top status update, the second most clicked thing is actually occurring within the employment section, okay? So that's the employer. If I go again back over to Sue, I'll go back over to her profile. Here's your employer section. This is the number two most clicked thing on Facebook right now. And here's a problem. If somebody does click here and clicks on that Keller Williams Realty Inc., it takes it to kind of the main Keller Williams Facebook page. So I would actually make a suggestion to Sue and to everybody else out there, because again, I spend a lot of time on people's. Nobody's doing this really. There needs to be a link here that would go to your Facebook page. And that's pretty easy to do. And I know Sue has a Facebook page. That way, when somebody clicks on this, they're staying on Facebook. They're learning about where Sue works, which is really for Sue Adler Inc. as well as Keller Williams. So if that's the second most clicked thing on my profile, unfortunately, I don't want to send that over to a business page that's not mine. So that was kind of AHA 1 and AHA 2. AHA number 3 comes inside of your info tab. Click on your own info tab. Employer is at the top. So employer, when people click your info tab, and remember, we'll go back to the heat map. Are they clicking it? Absolutely. See the little darker green where the info tab's at. When they click info, what surfaces is, again, whatever you put in there as your employer, but then it's also got some opportunities here. And Sue's doing a great job here, linking to her website, and then here, linking to her Facebook page. The other thing that I think Facebook is doing that's working against you, that everybody should really take notice, is that most of your contact information is at the bottom. So phone number for Sue and all these other links are at the bottom of her info tab. If we go to Sandra, she doesn't have it filled out properly. When we go to the bottom, again, she's got the email and the number and everything we say to have at the bottom, but she doesn't have it at the top. Jim Marks and all these web design guys that are out there, I'm certain they wouldn't tell anybody to put their info at the bottom. But that's a smart move by Facebook, because if somebody clicks here, of course, now they're no longer on Facebook. So Sue's doing a great job of that. All you have to do is within your employer description, you're going to want to make sure that those active hyperlinks are there. So that was kind of AHA 1, 2, and 3, or however many that is at this point. But then it got me thinking for a second. Not everybody's on this old format. What happens when we go into somebody that's actually on a timeline? So you can see Lisa, she has the new timeline layout. And again, people are going to click here, and then they're going to click either about or kind of in this box. And my last kind of takeaway for you guys is, the point of Facebook, just ask yourself, have you ever gone to somebody's profile and clicked on their About tab? Of course you have. That's half the fun, is kind of stalking and looking at people's profiles. So when I click on the About, I had this other kind of a big aha, because again, Facebook has put your contact information all the way at the bottom. Lisa's done a great job. She's got the link, she's got the email, all these resources are great, but it's at the very, very bottom. So the workaround there's two workarounds. One, you can edit it and you can put it within your work tab. So those links and your number and all that stuff, that can be at the top above the fold. You can also edit this About section. And when you edit the About section, you can also leave hyperlinks. So now you're listen, this is the site that everybody's on all the time. This is the site everybody wants to learn about how to market on. And I just came away with a big takeaway. Everybody's got their contact information in the wrong place. And if smart people like Lisa and Sue, I checked out Lori, the other half of the Geeky Girls. When you go into her About, it's the same kind of a thing. It's Keller Williams. It's not hers. There's no links up top, and there's no links here in the About. That's something that you can do. All you'll have to do, guys, go into your edit. So go into your actual own About page. Go into this little tab here that says Edit. And you can see that I did this for all of mine. So I went into Inman News, Inman Next, Tech Savvy, everything. And then also in the About, I went ahead and put in my Twitter and my column link. So yeah, I have it all down here like everybody else did. But now I'm just making it really, really easy to find. And the way that it looks when it's completed would be more like this. So work and education, just like on the old profile, it's still at the top. So on the new profile, it's at the top. But I'm putting links. You can put phone numbers, emails. Let's everybody at once right now put all of our contact information on Facebook where it should be, because for me, this is exactly where it should be. Thank you guys, Chris. Inman Next. Share this, you guys. Come on. This is a hot tip. I haven't seen anybody talking about this. Please hop in, fix it, and share and tweet and help other people fix theirs. Thank you guys. Sue, Lisa, Lori, and Sandra, thanks for being good sports and letting me use your profile. Chris, Inman Next, signing off.